Guys, this is not my regular podcast. I wanted to share a glimpse out of a support call I had today and a very small part of my monologue, of my thoughts about business and how to do things better in life. I think that what I had to say today was quite important and I just wanted to share it. Maybe somebody will take notes. Maybe somebody will do something and progress. Maybe you will do nothing. But here's the thing. I just wanted to put it up. It's raw. It's not edited. It's in not the best quality of the video because it was a Zoom call. So pardon me, if I would know that my thoughts would be this way, I would go and press the record on my camera extra. I didn't, so I apologize for that. But you know what? I just want you to enjoy. I just want you to listen to it. And I want you to think what you can do better in your work right now. Okay, so guys, if you listen to this or if you're watching this, this is an example of how you do a simple interview with your clients to share their story and to create testimonials out of it. How many times did you do that? Not many times. People don't do that many times. And all of you have amazing case studies that you can share, but you don't because you're too afraid to ask people where they're coming from, what did they learn, what was the journey, what is the actual transformation that they have been through. And this is creating such a huge impact. And I was just using today as the opportunity arises, look, it's just you and me here. Why not? And I'm guilty of that as well because I haven't done this for quite a time now. And I know that just inside our group, we have many stories that we can take and share in the same way. It's not that hard. The thing is, numbers, for example, numbers matter and they always need context. So when I asked you about the numbers, I provided the additional context next to it because what is the average income? What are you making right now? How long did it take you? Because what we have to understand, for example, for you, Maya, you got certified at the end of February.
It was 1st of March, no?
Yeah. Okay, so 1st of March, end of February, 1st of March. So just in 3 months being certified, you got from zero to hero. And that's amazing. So now you have more money to spend, so you can invest. You didn't even think twice about it when we decided to do our summer business camp in Spain. And you said, fuck that, I'm going. And you made it happen. So that is the implementation part that we like to see. Okay. I want you guys to think about it. So every single time when we talk about success, the success has one common point, one common ground. It's learning and implementation of what you learned. And if I go through the case studies in here, and all of you, if you just reflect on what you did or what you didn't do, it's always the same story. And that story goes, those that show up regularly, those that ask questions, implement, and actually do the things, go back, review the missed content, review the missed calls, and so on, and implement them, those of you will be amongst the most successful case studies that we have. So what we do is mostly down to us. And it's the same with your clients, guys. We can only do so much. And I have a rule for myself. In the beginning, I'm spending much more time with each one of my clients individually, one-on-one. Messages, calls, support calls, Zoom calls, and so on. I take more time. It's nagging on my actual schedule. So it produces a lot more work for me. But it also gives me a bit deeper insight of what's going on and what we can solve and how. And I'm trying to come up with new things every single time that we do something. And same is with you. But you can only do that if you implement and you listen and you go through and you analyze, then you change things, you tweak it. On the other hand, I always see the same thing with people who do not implement, who do not show up because they don't make it. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And just paying for something, and this is also something that we see a lot. The ones in the group that were coming in through special pricing that was very low, and we're not doing that anymore. Those are not doing shit because it's not worth it. And the same will be for your clients and your services. If you underprice yourself, you will get people with a mentality, I paid for it, therefore I should expect any kind of results. But the results are coming from your work. You don't expect by putting in an address into the navigation system that you will arrive at a destination just because you put in the address. But it's the same thing here. So the navigation system can guide you, can provide you better options in between and so on. Imagine the journey like Google Maps. So there's some things happening on the road and Google Maps is proposing a new route because it's a bit more effective. But then at the end, it's your choice. Either you take the more effective route or you don't, or you stay at the one that is blocked, traffic jams and so on. And it might be that you will take a long time to get to the destination, and it's going to be that long that somewhere along the way you say, just fuck it. I don't do this anymore. So you turn around and go back home. And this is what most people do when they do not implement, when they're not willing to learn. There's something I want to share with you from a support call this morning that I had with one of my business clients. And every time we get on a call, on a support call, and I mention something, she's over obsessing and starting to overcomplicate certain points of views. And I asked her, because she's a bit more similar to me, my age, and I asked her, hey, do you remember Windows 98? I said, what? Windows 98? Yeah. I said, do you remember the blue screen? What? I said, the blue screen. When Windows was having problems and it just shut down in the middle of work and you get a huge blue screen, with white text on it saying that everything is just fucked up. Yeah, I remember that. I said, you are in a blue screen mode right now. What you mean? You see, you're going into a loop. So you seen that something is not working properly. So now what you do is you complain about it. So you sit down and you are able to complain about that one problem for 30 minutes without analyzing it and trying to find a solution to it. And this is what you do every single day. And the day goes by. At the end of the day, you sit still there complaining about everything and you tell yourself how busy you were because you were trying to solve a problem, but you didn't analyze it. You didn't try to find out what is the actual problem, what can I do to solve it, and look for multiple solutions that you can try out and see what works best for you. And if you do that multiple times per week, you're wasting so much time instead of working. And it was a big revelation for her. Huh, right. And I showed her two solutions to the same problems that solve the problem in less than 5 minutes. I say, look at that. We spend now 28 minutes, and it was exactly 28 minutes. We spent 28 minutes talking about and complaining about instead of searching for a solution and implementing the solution. And I showed her how to implement. It took her 3 minutes, exactly 3 minutes to solve her problems. One problem, 3 minutes. Before that, 28 minutes of complaining. Now talk about effective work and productivity. And this is what many people do today. Sit around complaining, over explaining to themselves why this is such a shit situation. And at the same time, you did not put anything out there so that people would be able to understand what you're going through, what are you solving for them, and so on. And this is what's happening. People expect of 5% input, 150% input output. So you put 5% in, but you expect 150% out. It does not work like that. And I've been going with her through social media, her accounts, and I said, you told me that one of your problems is she's designing a special offer for the summer because this is what she needs to do to get through the summer when everything gets slow, when business gets slow. I said, you're telling me that this is one of your major struggles right now, but at the same time, in the past 8 weeks, you managed to put exactly four posts out there in 8 weeks. That is one post every second week, one reel every second week, trying to tell people that you have something to offer. And only 2 of these reels were boosted. You spent 130 euros on it, and you got 4 clients in. Yeah, isn't that crazy? And I said, crazy in what way? And she was not satisfied with that. And her explaining was, yeah, you know what? 30,000 people so were seeing this ads, and 600 of them came to my website, and only 4 of them signed up. And I said, you're obsessing over the wrong metrics. What do you mean? 30,000 people and only 4. And I said, please call McDonald's or the car sales houses and tell them to tear down every jumbo banner along the street, along the highways and so on that they put on. Why? Because many 10,000 people drive by every single day and only one buys. What do you mean? I said, you know what counts as a view on your video? No. If I scroll by really slowly, this counts as a view. I didn't stop. I didn't click on it. It's a view. It's an impression. So I've seen it along the way. That counts towards this 30,000 views. And the 600 people that were coming to your webpage, what does this tell you if 600 people are coming there and didn't buy? I don't know. Said, well, 2 things. Either your offer sucks and you didn't know how to present it in a very appealing way, or you're attracting the wrong clients to your webpage. It might be both. But 4 people found enough value in it to sign up, and you paid around 32 euros to get one client that is paying you 10 times that much. Well, more than 10 times. It was 12 times. So it's a 12-to-1 ratio. So you spend less than 10% to acquire a new client, a paying client, with not even talking to them, just getting them to the website and getting them to pay. I take that any day. Because if I can replicate that, and my question would be, okay, so this was by investing 130 euros. What would happen if you 10 times that? So now you invest 1,300 but get 40 clients. How does that sound? I said that would make you do it would mean that you actually collect 12,000 more than 12, 15K, but you invested only 1.3K. Would that be good? Yes. So it is the perspective. It's the same ratio. But people are over obsessing with certain numbers because they cannot see it. And my question was, well, if you know that you can get 4 clients with that, why don't you increase that? Yeah, it's a huge cost. Yeah, but you get it back with sales, don't you? But this is not how many people look at it, look to that. So market is changing. Every month is slightly different in our operations and so on. And we are all in the same boat. We all have to adapt to the same market conditions. So now you have to choose from either sit down and complain or try to find out how to adapt more efficiently and faster so you can move on. But that's the reality of it. But you cannot expect to simply sit down, complain, instead of putting out the content. And some of you will ask, yeah, is it really just about the social media? Most of the times it fucking is. Because you have a platform that allows you to target exactly who you want to target with your message, and you're not doing it. And it's insane to me that then you expect phenomenal results, but you're not putting in the work that would get you this results. Isn't that fucked up mentality? So somebody build something, build a platform, build a stage for you where you can reach every single day thousands of people. And the investment to do so can be somewhere between 5 and endless euros, dollars, whatever. But you can reach literally thousands of people every single day with your message. So you can force it upon them what you want to say and what you have to say. And they will listen. And you don't do it. And then complain about why people don't know you and don't buy from you. And the only reason why you're not doing that is because you're so fucking scared of it that you don't do it. How freaking insane is your thinking? And I assure you, nobody ever of you were sitting down and think and thought about this stuff in exactly this way. And then you complain, it's the algorithm, it's the market, it's the country that I live in, it's the tax system, it's what the fuck ever you can come up with. The only thing that you don't look into is you, your habits, your fears, and the reason why you're not doing and using all of the stuff that is available to you every single day. And you do all the crazy stuff just to tell yourself how busy you were this day instead of actually doing any kind of meaningful and effective work. I'll give you another example here. When I was talking to that client and I was suggesting, look, this is how you can brainstorm when I am not around, when nobody else is around, when you're sitting at home alone, and you can design a strategy. It will be not, probably, it won't be the best strategy in the world, but you can do that. Pay for Grok. And she's in Europe, by the way. So I said, pay for Grok. It's 35 euros per month. If you pay annually, it's less than this. But you go and pay for it and use it. Use it every single day. She looked at me and said, yeah, but you have to pay for every single one of those tools. And I was, yes, exactly. But it's 35 euros. At the same time, we figured out that she was paying in the past 4 months 400 to an IT guy who was just correcting her website. And it was not corrected in a good way. Okay, missing many, many important bits and pieces that would be selling more for her. So that would be effectively 100 per month for something that is not effective, compared to 35 per month for something that can be super effective. Just think about that. And you perceive the other one as an investment and this as a cost. And that 35 euros per month seemed to be unbearable. You spend more on coffee. If you drink one coffee per day, you spend probably double that per month on coffee, but paying for AI that will change your life, take a lot of work off of you and make you more efficient, you perceive that as a too high cost to pay. This is insane. So you have to start thinking about how can you do better, you, and use all the tools that are available to you in a better, meaningful way and get things going for you. That's the reality of it. I know this seems like a random rant. It partially is, but it's also a major insight. What we perceive as valuable and not valuable, and how this is holding us exactly in the same place. I want you to think about that. Think about it really, really hard. And if you need help with that, reach out. That's easy. If you like this video, then click here to watch more of videos like that. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please click here. And don't forget to tell us in the comments below, who do you want us to host next so that you get the guest that you want?